Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
I'm sorry, okay. My name is Ivy Davidson and I'm a junior at Columbus North High School.
Dye your hair?
I've been dyeing my hair ever since I cut it in 2021. Or yeah, it was like the first day of 2021 is when I cut my hair. And then I waited a couple months and then I started dyeing it. I bleached it and then I dyed it like a bunch of colors.
Yeah.
I discovered I liked dyeing my hair probably when I did it for the first time, and it wasn't any color that I had like seen on my head, obviously. And then I wanted to do more, and that's like kind of when I realized that I like to have different colors in my hair. I dye my hair probably when my hair fades, the color fades really badly, I dye it a different color over the top, or I'll like bleach it again and dye it a different color. So probably every like few months, because I used to do it like really often. Now it's kind of slowed down because the green, it's faded, but it hasn't faded like all the way. So yeah, it's been a while since I dyed it, like a few months. Oh wait. I dyed it right before school started, so yeah. I like to put to make the hair dye less harsh, to put like half equal parts of conditioner and the hair dye, and then you like mix it to make it, you get more like color. That's what I did with this, and it did fade, but you can get like more product out of it, and it's like easier, like less harsh on your hair, and it won't like kill it. I decided to cut my hair short because the long hair, I've had it like all my life, and I just wanted to change, and I kind of, I miss my long hair, but my short hair I feel like really suits me, and I kind of, yeah, I just wanted to change, I guess, yeah. I shop, like Goodwill is like heaven to me. I get all my clothes from Goodwill. Like this is from Goodwill. These shorts are from Target, and these are from Amazon. But I get like all my clothes from Goodwill, and really everywhere I go, like if we're going to Indy like for the day or anything, we'll try to like hit a Goodwill or like a thrift store, or something like Goodwill. And I just kind of pick up pieces from everywhere. So I try not to buy from online like places. Sometimes I do though, but yeah, I get my inspiration from, I'm not really sure. I have like a Pinterest board, but I don't know like really where I get my inspiration from. I kind of just go along, like if I see something that I like, I kind of just buy it and then try to like style it and like make it my own. So I discovered my individuality when probably like last year when COVID hit and I didn't go to school, and kind of just like found my inner like self, and like stopped caring what people thought about me, and like just wanted to stop dressing for other people, and finally like started dressing for myself and like my hair. I didn't dress for my hair, but I did my hair.
That was good.
Just really go for it. Like if you want to dye your hair, just like who really cares? Just dye it. That's what I think.
John Murphy. This year I'm teaching ICP and Environmental Science and AP. I also can teach biology. I'm just not teaching it this year. Well, we did a count really quick, and I think truly animals that are pets, there's 33. I don't count food. And I do have a couple of tadpoles that are turning into frogs, so the number may go up a little bit. The first animal that I adopted was a ball python. His name's Reddy. because for a while I was naming all my snakes after scientists. And that was, I think, 2008. Because biology, I wanted to have a living room and a room that has life in it, since biology and even environmental science goes into the biology. And many of them are great incentives for students to get work done and rewards when they get work done. So that was the intent of them initially. We're standing pretty close to the dude who's my favorite. More so because when I got him, I adopted him and he was really, really skittish. And as he's gotten a little bit bigger, we've kind of grown attached to each other. There's times where he's been sitting on my shoulder for hours. So we bonded over one summer when I was trying to get him past his skittishness, because little kids freaked him out for the longest time. But part of it, I said, all right, it's most of it is an incentive and rewards for them to actually get work done. And then too, when I was teaching biology, we talk about evolution and how animals are classified, traits and all that. So then we'll go through and figure out how we can actually make something that is called a dichotomous key, so we can figure out how they're all related. Some of them is like, wow, this is cool. If you say, okay, snakes freak me out. But in the long run, most of them get acclimated to the animals in the room. There's some that want nothing to do with them, and there's some that really think they're cool, especially near the end of the day when various tree frogs and geckos come out. I think I'm at the top end right now, but I do have an aquarium there that is set up for another group of animals I'm supposed to get, which is a different variety of a salamander, because that's really what I'm missing. In the amphibian world, I have frogs that just don't have salamanders. It was a huge process to begin with, so I had to go through all the administration at the school, and then they went through the upper administration, so it was a process. And my idea was to start it when I came here in 2005, and it just took 3 years for the process to actually come to a conclusion. A lot of the new teachers come in too, and they say, hey, there's a room you really got to take a look at. And you know, and other teachers too, they just say, hey, you got to take a look at the room, it's pretty cool.
Elijah Lucas, 11th grade. It's just fun learning about the different things in the environment and interacting with the animals whenever we get done with our work. Mixed feelings. It's fun sometimes, but it's also nerve-wracking with all the snakes and knowing how aggressive some of them can be and knowing they can break through. Just being able to hold majority of them and being able to interact with them. My favorite animal is the bearded dragon. He's just fun to hold, and he's very calm when you interact with him.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Bays. I am the Japanese and ESL teacher here at Columbus North. I got into BMX racing in August of 2015, I think it was. My son and I found the BMX track down by the fairgrounds. What inspired me? Well, I've always liked riding a bike. I did a triathlon a couple years ago, and I felt that I did the best on the bike. And so I wasn't intimidated so much by, well, I can ride a bike, but you know, BMX, going over the jumps, learning how to bounce with the rhythm section, like that was a whole new set of skills. And so I think I was just inspired to try something new, and because I still liked biking and I enjoyed biking, it was like, well, why not? And then my son was doing it, and so that's a good inspiration right there, is that we could do it together. Oh, I think it's the same qualities that make anybody a good athlete. I mean, you have to be dedicated, you have to be willing to practice, you have to be willing to mess up and forgive yourself and move on. You know, the lesson is, like, if you don't win, you learn. And that's very true in BMX. You know, it's very much a sport about being mentally tough, physically ready, but mentally tough, because there's just all kinds of challenges. It's racing. You know, you don't necessarily know what everybody else is going to do, and so you have to be able to react and do that. So I literally still ride the very first bike I ever bought for BMX. And I opened up what's called Pole Magazine. Pole Magazine is like the BMX magazine, BMXers magazine. and I saw a picture of Elise Post, who's now Elise Willoughby, who was the silver Olympic medalist in Rio, and she was riding a red line. And I was like, well, if it's good enough for Elise, it's probably good enough for me. And so that's literally what I used to pick my first bike. I think when I won my first national at Derby City, that was an amazing, amazing moment. I won my first national in cruiser, and then I raced 20-inch right after that, and I didn't even make the main. So, you know, BMX is like that. Like, you can have like, yeah, and like, oh wow, nope, don't get too overconfident or cocky here. Try to BMX race. It's a lot of fun, and it's a beautiful sport because when you are brand new, you don't start off racing the guys that have been doing it for 20 years.
Hi, I'm Austin Eschi, I go to East High School, and I'm the CEO of Con Artist. So here in graphic design class, I've taken it since my sophomore year. I've learned how to take my drawings and make them look cleaner and nicer, and learn how to make logos and different variations of graphic design. I'd say 4th grade, I went up to my dad and I told him I wanted to start my own clothing brand because at the time I was a little entrepreneur myself. I'd make little ninja stars and sell them to the kids in my class, but I didn't know how to make the ninja stars. So I had somebody else make them for me, and then I'd be the marketer. I'd sell them to the other kids. But I also wanted to do something bigger. So I went to my dad in 4th grade, told him I wanted to start a clothing brand called Eno because my nickname in elementary school was Austino. So I went up to him, told him I want to start my clothing brand, and every time he'd purchase something, he'd go, Eno, Eno, Eno. And that's what I wanted to do. And in 4th grade, I had that idea in Chicago, and then in 8th grade, I came up with the idea of Con Artist, and I had my first design was Fake Felix, and it was during the time of like hype culture. So Supreme, Off-White, Bape, people were wearing it, but most people my age were wearing fake designs because they couldn't afford the real ones. So I decided to make Fake Felix, and most people read it as Fake Flex. So that was my first design. This era of Con Artist where I would take paintings, I'd either do things over them, I'd like draw over them in Adobe and make them like cartoonish, and then maybe half the face would be the real picture. And I just take Con Artist and put it all over the over the painting. I did these shirts in vinyl, which is very difficult because I had Con Artist logo over and over and over again in the painting, so I had to get that specially made for those shirts. Yes. So Off was kind of a rip-off of Off-White. I worked with a graphic designer out of Chicago named Nick Adams. He helped me with the idea of So Off because I had it for a very long time, but I didn't know how to implement it. I had all these drawings, but he helped me through the process of So Off and the different layouts of the design of different colors, and he kind of pushed me to learn more about Adobe and color and learn more about it. Cameron, she reps some So Off. We shot those photos in her bedroom on the blank canvas wall that is absolutely beautiful with color. It was cool because it's kind of like a punk era of myself and a lot of people around me, and still is a little bit. So I thought the So Off was kind of like the punk era of Con Artist, I'd say. Ski mask. This one was also a very difficult one to do because it had Con Artist over and over again in between a ski mask. I purchased a blue ski mask from Goodwill, and that's where the inspiration came from. I just was wearing it all over, and I decided to make a mask out of it, or make a t-shirt out of it. So that's what I did there. Schools. Yes. This is when I first started my screen printing. I did it here in Mr. Met's classroom. I came up with the idea because of ink block test. I noticed that like what people see, and that's what I kind of try to make in between each school. It's like, it kind of looks like an ink block test. So that's the idea behind that one. I made 20 of 20. They're all gone now, but hopefully I'll get one back one day. I like those shirts. Yes, so recently I've been putting my logo over Con Men. So the different con men in history, and putting my logo on them, different designs, different aspects. I might make them posters one day, but right now they're just going to be visual art for your eye holes. Oh yes, the Seraphins are something I probably want. I just made them. I like the way they looked. Seraphim sings "Holy, holy, holy" at the top of the throne of God, and I just thought it was a unique character in the Bible, and yeah, so I put con artist on it. For the vintage era, I have been currently taking vintage pieces I find at Goodwill bins, anywhere I can find, blanks, and putting them on t-shirts. So my logo or different designs that I've taken from my screen printing and putting them on vintage clothing. One really funny one is this shirt I found at Goodwill. It's a white blank Gildan's tee with a picture of this kid from the 90s, like his yearbook photo. So I just put con artist right on it and made it my own. So hopefully keep doing that for the future. I like printing on vintage clothing, and I've been working with Columbus Vintage too. I have a ton of blanks that I've been screen printing on, and right now I've been in my basement screen printing shirts, sweatshirts, pants, vintage clothing with a new design that I've come up with and a new logo. It'll all be out Saturday, October 23rd at Nomad on Instagram and on my shop. DM me to get some new t-shirts, new sweatshirts, new pants, new everything. You're gonna love it, promise. Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at conart_ist because conartist was taken, and you can purchase the clothing by DMing me or on Instagram shop, or you can come to Nomad. It's every month.
I have 6 tattoos.
I do have several tattoos.
My first tattoo was actually this lightning bolt right here. Me and my family, my dad, my sister, and my mom, we all have it.
My first tattoo was the first initials of my 3 kids' names.
Tattoo the summer of, I believe it was summer of 2019.
I got my first tattoo a little later in life than some. It was after my triplets were born.
I was just chilling in my room and I was just playing video games, and my mom came in my room. She goes, "You want to get a tattoo?" And so I was like, "Why not?" And so like my sister got the tattoo, my mom got the tattoo. So I was like, "Yeah, we can get matching tattoos." So
I got the first tattoo just, I think it's important for people, if you're going to get a tattoo, it needs to mean something. And mine either have to do with my kids, my family, or literature, which I love. I have some literary things going on too.
Yeah, all my tattoos do have a significant meaning. Each one kind of represents something that's important in my life.
All of my tattoos do have a significant meaning.
My favorite tattoo is actually my Joker one. It's a Joker juggling the skulls, and it's like a card.
My favorite tattoo is, well, it's a tie. I have one with 3 little birds representing my kids who just graduated from Columbus North in the spring, my triplets. Just the fact that they are flying away a little bit. And then I also have one with a quote from Emily Dickinson in her handwriting because she's one of my favorite poets.
Well, my parents reacted pretty well, except for my dad. He didn't like them, but considering my mom did 3 of them, I say that she liked them.
I got my tattoos as an adult, so my parents didn't have anything to say about my tattoos.
Do plan on getting more tattoos. I plan on getting a whole left sleeve and everything like that. I just want to be covered in tattoos, to be honest.
I probably do plan on getting more tattoos. I will see. I'm not sure what yet.
BNN got an exclusive look inside graphic design class in the C4 program. We talked to teachers and students about what this class is about.
My name is Mr. Metz. I teach graphic design and layout here with C4, Columbus North High School.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Pruitt, and I take graphic design and layout here at Columbus North High School.
Hi, my name is Grace Likens, and I take graphic design and layout here at North.
I've been teaching graphic design now for 32 years with C4. I had this class when I was here in high school. I graduated here in 1975, and then I went to Indiana State in graphic design and management. I graduated from there in 1979. So.
I came into this class because I went to the C4 open house, and I really liked how you get to be really creative and you just get to make anything you're passionate about.
I chose this class because my brother took it and it was one of his favorite classes, and I'm interested in doing art and being creative.
Years ago, I had a teacher at Northside. His name was Mr. Maple. Probably anybody that's watching this will not know who Mr. Maple is, but he inspired me to go into printing, and that's where I started in my career with in communications. My favorite things to do at this class, I love working with the laser engraver with the students. I really like working with screen printing, except for the mess that students make. It's like a bunch of students painting. You know, you can imagine what that would be like. I like seeing the students be very creative. That's one of my favorite things. See them come up with a new idea or a new way of looking at a different kind of problem to solve. So that's a lot of the stuff that I really enjoy.
Some of my favorite things to do in graphic design is make t-shirts and design posters, and we also did a project of mini-me's, so I got to design and cut out myself, and yeah.
One of my favorite things to do in this class is to make stickers. You get to like peel it off and just have fun with it. Normally in class we get here and we work on our computers, usually on a design that we're working on, and just refine it and find ways to make it better.
What we do in this class is we design the Millrace poster every year. So everyone in the class will design a poster, and then it will get sent to judges. And then out of those posters, they will pick the best one, and then they will display it around Columbus for the Millrace Marathon.
I would say join it. It is so fun. I love it. I love coming to this class. It's probably the best class of my day, every day.
My name is Lauren Harris, and I am a sophomore at Columbus North. I dance at Beth's Dance Center. I have had many teachers throughout my years of dance, but the ones that have taught me the most are probably Miss Megan and Miss Michelle. This will be my 13th year dancing. Dance is important to me because this is where most of my friends are at, and I use dance as a stress and anxiety reliever. This year I am in Irish dancing, lyrical dancing, tap dancing, and ballet dancing, but I have taken jazz in the past. My favorite type of dance is probably Irish dancing because it is so fast and upbeat, and when it is together, it looks really cool. Competition is my favorite part out of the year because it's the first time that we go on stage as a group and we perform together. The scariest part out of the whole competition is probably not when we're actually on stage, but when we're behind stage watching the dance in front of us. But when you step on the stage, I feel like all that stress sort of goes away. Our teachers prepare us with a few extra practices outside of our normal ones, but the things that help the most are probably just saying good job or keep going, because those can really go a long way. I feel like we have a lot of trust in each other since what we're doing can be sometimes difficult, and within that trust it builds a lot of friendships. I feel like the biggest challenge with being a dancer is time management, especially since some of our girls are in 7 to 8 dances across many different nights, and if you aren't organized and you can fall behind really quickly. Outside of dance, I really enjoy hanging out with my friends and family, and I also love running.
My name is Mia McClellan. I'm in 10th grade, so I'm a sophomore at Columbus North High School.
My name is Abby Shute. I'm a current junior at CSA.
Hi, my name is Morgan Johnson. I'm a freshman at Columbus North High School.
I would say she's intuitive, outgoing, intelligent, and not to sound weird, but persuasive. Like, she's good at getting people to do what she wants them to do.
I were to describe Lauren in 4 words, it would be talented, creative, hardworking, and she's just like spunky.
If I could describe Lauren in 4 words, it would be crazy, funny, interesting, and artistic.
Well, this is actually the first year I've danced like with her. I've been at the studio for 2 years now with her, but it's never boring. It's never boring.
Dancing with Lauren and really just being on a team with her, it's like she brings this spunky attitude to the whole team, and she just like really peps everyone up, like, come on guys, we got this. And she just always strives to push us to our best.
Dancing with Lauren is very fun and crazy because she always has a way to make you laugh. She's always doing something different and like crazy, I guess.
I'm Grace Haley and I'm a senior.
My name is Justice and I am in grade 11, so I'm a junior.
For my senior project, I did a color run at Mill Race, and all the proceeds went to the Columbus Regional Hospital Cancer Center.
It's like a mile run, but we didn't actually do a mile, I don't think, but we did like a lap around Mill Race, and we threw those like fun powder paints at people so that it stains their clothes and stuff.
I just kind of thought about it in class with my biomed teacher, Mrs. Steinwedel. We kind of just like threw ideas back and forth.
So I actually work with Grace at Tropical Smoothie, and she was talking about her senior project, and I was like, hey, do you need any help with that? And she said, yeah, that'd be great. So I decided I had some free time and I would go out and help her.
My mom works in the cancer center, and so the director kind of said that they need gift cards for some of the cancer patients. I got in contact with a lady who's hosted one before in Columbus, and she just kind of sent me like the links for the color powders and then the track that they use, like the trail. And then there's like a calculator for how much powder I need, like to estimate the people.
So I wasn't involved with the preparations. I was like beforehand, like getting donations and stuff like that. But at the fun race, we were helping set up by pouring the powders into the bottles and getting the money and writing down people's names.
I'd say a lot of people, like some of my coworkers showed up and helped set up, and then a lot of my family came too, and some friends. Definitely trying to get people to show up because it was Saturday and like the SAT was going on, and then people had sports activities and other things.
There weren't too many people, which also kind of felt kind of nice. It felt more personal that way, and we still raised a lot, like quite a bit of money for it, so which was really nice.